Sky 3D, coming to the Sky Plus HD box this autumn. Sky, believe in better.
Mr. Cameron, sir.
All right, thank you.
Your crew awaits you. So if you want to take a seat right here. The crew, James Cameron, the crew.
Crew. Morning, gentlemen.
There's your microphone here. It's the inspiration. But also talking about obviously the technological advancements that got into it.
Sure.
But also got into your time.
Well, we finished the film about 2 weeks ago after, just months and months of very long days, finishing all the visual effects and music and all that sort of thing. And so this is my first breather to really get to talk about the film. We're going to premiere the film tonight here in London, and the world is sort of flying in for that premiere. We're even bringing all the US press here for the junket here. So London has been chosen as the place to sort of pull the tarpaulin back and have a look at this thing.
The concept is to drive these remotely controlled bodies called avatars. They're grown from human DNA mixed with DNA of the natives.
Marine in an avatar body. That's a potent mix.
You get me what I need, I'll see to it you get your legs back. Your real legs.
Hell yeah, sir.
Looks like you. This is your avatar.
Well, it's been a 4.5-year journey to get to today. And, that was sort of 2 years of design, just imagining the world with a team of artists. And, that's, in a way, probably the most pleasurable part of it for me, because I was a designer, was an artist in a sort of prior incarnation. And so I love that part of it. And during that 2-year process, we also developed all the new technology that we needed to make this particular film. So then it was sort of a year of production, which included 4 months of live action, stereoscopic 3D filming and live action. And the rest of it was performance capture. And then a year and a half of post-production, finishing all the visual effects up to some standard of photoreality and getting all the 3D right.
We're getting close. Yeah, look at my instruments. Yep, we're in the flux vortex.
Or VFR from here on.
What's VFR?
Means you gotta see where you're going.
Can't see anything.
Exactly. Ain't that a bitch?
So we're 150 years in the future, and we've discovered in the star system of our nearest stellar neighbor, Alpha Centauri, it's actually a moon of a larger planet. So if you can imagine a gas giant like Saturn or Jupiter, there's this planet Polyphemus. Around it is a moon, and the moon is called Pandora. Pandora has a very Earth-like climate. It's covered primarily by rainforest, has a lot of large land masses, and it's a kind of verdant and primeval world, very much like Earth might have been a couple 100 million years ago. And what we find there, amongst all these amazing creatures that live there, and amazing plants and 1,000-foot tall trees and floating mountains and so on, is an intelligent humanoid indigenous population. They look a bit like us, except that they have these large golden eyes, blue skin. They're 3 meters tall, and they have a long tail, for example. And we also find there a unique mineral called unobtainium. Presumably it was jokingly called unobtainium when they first found it because of its amazing properties, and then ultimately the name just stuck. And it turns out that unobtainium is absolutely critical to the kind of energy economy of Earth. So it actually justifies the enormous expense and energy and personnel required to go to another star system and mine this rare earth mineral. So when we first arrive on Pandora with our hero Jake Sully, we're introduced to a mining colony, essentially. And he's there to step into the shoes of his brother, who has died, killed by in a robbery right before he was set to ship out.
It is my job to keep you alive. I will not succeed. Not with all of you.
So Jake arrives as a kind of fish out of water. He wasn't trained to be there. He doesn't speak the Na'vi language. He's not a scientist like his brother was. But because he's an identical twin, his genome is identical, and he can therefore integrate, or what they call link with, the Avatar, this $50 million, genetically engineered Avatar body, this Ferrari body that he is now going to be asked to drive, essentially.
Welcome to Pandora. Good to have you.
Damn, they got big.
Yeah, they fully mature on the flight out. So the proprioceptive sims seem to work really well.
Yeah, they've got great muscle tone. It'll take us a few hours to get them decanted, but you guys can take them out tomorrow. There's yours.
Hey, Dr. Norm Stone.
Dr. Max Patel. Great to meet you.
And the issue is with Pandora that the air is toxic to humans. So for us to really live there, we have to live through these avatars. And for us to really sort of be accepted by and communicate with the indigenous population, that's the purpose of the avatars. And the Avatar program is to create a cultural bridge, or what Sigourney's character calls a bridge of trust with the Na'vi, the indigenous population.
Don't. Got this.
So you just figured you'd come out here to the most hostile environment known to man, with no training of any kind, and see how it went? What was going through your head?
Maybe I was sick of doctors telling me what I couldn't do.
With this film, it was a very slow marination process from my childhood on, where I was reading every science fiction, pulp novel, high-end science fiction novel, comic book, you name it, and watching every fantasy and science fiction film that was out there. And that was all sort of feeding into a kind of chopped salad of ideas and images. And then as an artist, I have to express that, so I'm doing all these drawings and so on. So there was this kind of huge reservoir of images and ideas. When I actually sat down to write my, sort of other planet saga, it all flowed very rapidly, but it flowed from a 30-year prior history.
The language is a pain, but, I figure it's like field stripping a weapon. Just repetition, repetition.
Nari. Nari.
Nari.
Nari.
Nari.
Doing it all stronger.
Neytiri calls me scown. It means moron.
I was looking for a topic, a subject, a movie project that would advance the cause of both stereoscopic cinema and performance capture, human CG characters, or humanoid, I should say, because there's no point sort of doing just a human. If you have a wonderful actor, photograph the wonderful actor. If you want to see that actor play somebody who's near human but not, then the way to do it is the way we did it.